Okay, so here's a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh: "If you touch one thing with deep awareness, you touch everything," which I think is just a really wonderful quote to start a lecture about making art making. So just go to my notes a little bit here. So I want to start talking about some links between Wyoming and Scotland. The first thing that everyone mentions when I say where I come from is, oh, it must be so beautiful. And I've noticed exactly the same thing here. The amount of times I've heard the word beautiful and Wyoming in the same sentence reminds me very much of where I come from. But what I want to do in my talk is to reframe how we think about our surroundings and how our surroundings affect our emotional states of being. Because as you know, I mean, most of you, I think, that I've talked to today, apart from a couple of people who are from South Dakota, are from Wyoming. And so you probably are aware that, yes, it's a beautiful place, but living in beautiful places have dark sides to them and other things going on. And that's exactly the kind of thing I want to try to focus on. So this is onto a series that actually preceded the Raindrop series. I started off painting these full puddles. And before I did those, I think about 15 years ago, funnily enough, I was painting islands. So I kind of flipped the island form. So it used to be like you think about the puddle would be the landmass and the tarmac would be the water. I flipped it. And the reason I started doing these is just incredibly banal. It was in 2013, and my youngest child, Fenno, was 3, and I would go on all these walks with him. And he's small, 2-year-olds are small. And so he was always kind of down there. And I would always be kind of looking down at whatever he was looking at. And I realized I just started looking at all these puddles around where I live and seeing all these reflections. And this one caught my eye because it was kind of severe. It was like this building that you thought if you touched that, you could hurt your finger on it or something. And there's something really interesting and poetic to me about an image that was not only reflected back up at us, but it was also inverted, you know, upside down, topsy-turvy. So there was a kind of disorientation going on. And I thought that was a really interesting metaphor for how we feel disconnected from place as well.